After nearly a month of traveling in Baja with our friends, both new and old, this week Tara and I set off on an adventure of our own to do Baja our way, venturing off the beaten path and searching for roads less traveled. Are you ready? So I just got to one of the last pins before we enter this massive like dead zone for campgrounds or campsites, spots that are accessible for my truck for camping. And I've got to say, I don't love it. Definitely a little bit deeper sand than I would prefer to be in when I'm out here by myself, but I think that if I stay high on this bank, it'll probably work. And I mean, it's just for tonight. We're leaving in the morning anyways, so I'm gonna see if I can flip around and park up high and avoid the most of the deep sand. Can't avoid it entirely, but I think we might be okay up here. So I've been parked for a minute and I don't know, after walking the beach, I'm gonna roll off this rock. I really feel like we can probably make this. I am gonna put it in 4-wheel drive. I'm gonna try not to hit my brakes, but just keep my momentum up. There's definitely tracks down here, and I have the clearance and the 4-wheel drive, so like this is what it's for, right? It's to go cool places like this. Go, go, go. If I get stuck, that is tomorrow me's problem. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Can I turn off of the main area? I'm gonna stop here and count our lucky stars that we actually made it. Holy crap. That was probably the most epic snorkeling that I've done since being down here. I'm off the coast, kind of in between La Ventana and Los Barriles. A little bit of research, you'll definitely figure out where I came, but it is absolutely spectacular here. That was hands down some of the best snorkeling that I've done, and now I'm just trying to hide from the sun. It is, you can see how washed out things are right now. Freaking hot out here. The sun is absolutely blasting. My solar's definitely not hurting, but my fair complected skin without a lot of sunscreen on, you know, gotta protect those reefs. is really gonna need some reprieve. So I'm gonna stay inside, make some lunch, get a little bit of work done, and then hopefully go tide pooling and maybe swimming again later when it cools off. Well, friends, another day in Baja has come and gone, and I'm starting to think about tomorrow and what the next step in this journey will hold for us. Because I'm on my own now, I get to decide where I go and when I go there. And so technically, I don't have to leave. Thank you for that spattering of sand, Tara. But I am feeling called to explore further and in a different region. Originally, I was thinking that would bring me back north towards La Ventana, which is where I actually just came from, but this time on a dirt track. And the goal with that was to explore more off the beaten path, get to more secluded campsites, and just get away from people. But I feel like I've kind of gotten that here. And honestly, after this short section from Los Barriles, I am really not thinking that it's going to be worth finishing this track simply because I can. I don't really want to, if I'm being honest, because the camper is moving and grooving. And the truck can definitely handle it, but I'm just concerned that if I continue to push the camper in this way, that I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna break the camper down, not the truck, but the camper bit down. And that's the last thing that I wanna do, especially when I'm not in an area where I can really easily fix it. So I think tonight I'm gonna make some dinner, gonna rest up, and then tomorrow morning, hopefully hit it pretty early, out of town, headed south towards the East Cape, or at least the region known as the East Cape, which is the southernmost portion on the eastern side of the Baja California Peninsula. Okay, so I am at 35 and 45 PSI, turn that down for a minute, respectively, front and back. And I'm not gonna lie, definitely a little bit nervous. I have the cameras rolling, so if I get caught, if I get stuck, we have it all on camera, but I just aired down, and I'll probably stay aired down, honestly, until we get all the way back to town, because this road is so rough anyways. It's like, there's really not a reason to make it harder than it has to be. I also am just connecting right now. I'm at 15 PSI in my airbags. We're just gonna drop that to 5. Again, I can air that back up later, which is just press of a button, and my compressor for the tires. So it's not the most convenient thing, but I think it's gonna be worth it. And I'm saying all of this as somebody who, truth be told, does not know much about off-roading. I am learning. My dad has taught me a good amount. I've watched some stuff online. I've had some lovely friends give me pointers, but that's about it. I am sweaty. I'm nervous. We're gonna do this. It's gonna be fine. Okay. All right. The key here, I think, is just to keep going. Reversing out of this is not fun. I'm gonna keep going all the way until I get out. I am not going to worry about my traction boards right now. That is for me to worry about in a little bit. Holy smokes, y'all. I'm actually so proud of that. If we actually can make it up right now. Let's see if we actually make it up and out. No freaking way. Y'all, what the heck? I actually just did that. We actually just did that. Oh, badass. Good job, truck. I did not go the exact route that we came down on just because, one, it was already kind of trenched out and I was a little bit nervous about that, but two, just because I wanted to get up the hill faster. Pop this in here. And I'm gonna go run and grab my camera and my traction boards. So you may have noticed that during that whole little bit right there, I paused after we made it. I wanted to get up the hill faster. I paused because that entire drive, I was wondering, like, why does it feel like I am driving with the brakes on or through quicksand? Yeah, big learning lesson. Did I check that I was in 4 high? Yes. Was I aired down? Also yes. Great, okay, those are 2 checks. Did I check to make sure my e-brake wasn't on? I did not, which is very dumb and very silly, and also makes me think now that I should probably check to see what the tension is like on my e-brake, because the fact that I was just able to go all the way, like literally all the way down the beach, over 200 feet down the beach with my e-brake on, it's not a great sign. But anyways, we made it out. It is a gloriously hot 89-degree day, and we have a couple miles to get to town so we can air back up and carry on. In bad Spanish and you shall receive, I guess. I walked up to the gentleman because I don't know the word for air or tire in Spanish, which I should know, I'm now realizing. And I just said, lo siento, no sé hablar en español, pero tienes air for my tires. And he said, sí, sí. I don't know momento, so I'm just gonna go pull around and hopefully he can solve this issue for us so that way we don't have to drive on low tires and waste gas, because that stuff is not cheap down here. Perfecto. En el frente 55. 55. Sí, y atrás 65, porfa. ¿Tienes propina? Gracias. Hasta luego. Well, friends, I have to say, it might not be beachside. We are definitely up on a hill. Let me show you our view, because it doesn't get much better than this. We, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, are gonna have both sunrise and almost a sunset view over the ocean. When we first pulled up, I actually saw 3 whales. I didn't have time to grab my camera, but to just sit and enjoy. And I think we might be here for at least a day or so before trying to find something a little bit further south and a little bit more secluded. You can't win them all, right? But until then, I'm gonna go take Tara out on a much deserved walk and hopefully a little dip in the ocean and then get some work done tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video, and I can't wait to show you what we get up to next week. All right, I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.